Good night, fellow punters. Back at base after a brilliant 2 days racing in Leopardstown. The Dublin Racing Festival finished for another 12 months. Great 2 days racing. A lot of bubbles burst. Another couplet today. Facile Vega probably was the biggest shock. His first defeat in its life. And a good win for Mighty Potter. Won the Grade 1. Very impressive. That was the Stig's Nap. I was saying the other day that it was 9-4 at the time. So I hope somebody got on at that, giving good prices earlier, because it was only... it said it returned at evens, but I couldn't get any evens before the off today. There were 10-11 and 4-5 on every board, because we had 3 or 4 lads running along trying to get evens, and they couldn't get it. The Blue Lord, another 1-4 shot turned over, and Gentleman to Me done the business there. Honeysuckle is finished running against the boys today. Statement was very impressive altogether. Brilliant at his hurls. He great technique altogether. Big, powerful, strong horse. That's the closest I got to him now ever. Very impressed with him. So it'll be they're relishing the opportunity to go over now in March over to face Constitution Hill. That'll be a royal battle. But probably the biggest shock was Facile Vega finishing last of the finishers. Now, I know they went at a breakneck speed at the start, but it had its chance to regroup and get a breather in after High Definition fell. But I don't know, was there any legitimate excuse apart from that? I think someone said to me on the way out that they're going to ride it different the next time. But we'll have to see. It's gone out to 7-2 now, but that was everybody's banker apparently for Cheltenham. So we had a horse in the 410. We're paying 5 places, and yeah, it finished 6th. Tax for Max. I thought it was actually going to be in the first 2 or 3 on the turn for home. It sort of died coming up the stretch. He's a funny way of carrying his head. And we had one other one, hadn't we? Oh, it fell. Vanillier. There was a good bit of money for it too. It was fancied by the yard. And there was the Goffer that won that. And we spoke about that the last time it ran in Warwick in England. That was worth a shot because I had been second behind Haute. And it was third over there. And it was 22s this morning. So there was a lot of money for it. 22s into 10s. And very impressive in the bumper then was Fun. Now, they'll probably wait, I would imagine, and go to Aintree with that to the Mayor's Listed race, as opposed to taking on it from the same ownership as the favourite. It's for me in the bumper. So, great crowd there today. I seem to be, around the parade ring, they seem to be busier today than yesterday. I was there early. I forgot to say I met Sorka de Fatcha yesterday, a long time follower of the channel. She's from Balbriggan in Dublin. Great GA woman as well, and horsey woman. The Dubs won today, so she'll be happy. And I was early enough there, and the first couple I met was Paula Baldwin from Pembrokeshire and the man in her life, Chris. They were staying out in the Killishee Hotel out near Naas. So we had a good chat. Good chat for 15 or 20 minutes. And she had a lovely furry hat on her. Great race woman. They wouldn't be too far from Fosslas. I think that would be their nearest track. I met Richie Morden from Kilkenny, and I told him to go to Ballyraggart, and that place I ate coming from Gordon. There is a photo on the wall of the 1972 Kilkenny hurling team, and there's 2 errors in the photo. Well, it's not a photo, I heard after the day I was in it. It's a painting, but there's 2 errors. Some of us passing sometime, like, go into that place and find out, can you spot the 2 of them? Because your man, I spotted one, and he hadn't spotted the owner, and he said that I was the first one that came across that, but there was another one that was, he had to tell me about it too. It was a player that wasn't in it. But try and find out any of this passing. There'll be a gold star of the award for whoever gets that. Then I had the pleasure of meeting Matthew Agnew from Belfast and his dad, Tom. We spent a good few races together. That was Matthew's first time in Leopardstown, and it was also his first time to watch a Grade 1 race live. And he had the winner. He shouted at home, Mighty Potter. They were flying back to England this evening. Oh no, he's working in Kildare, the young lad. And the dad was heading back to Belfast. Had to drop him to Kildare, down to Newbridge. Met Kieran from London and his dad as well. And both them young lads now be only 20s. You know, it's great to see young lads so interested in racing, coming from travelling long distances to go to the races, and they'll be back. Met William Ryan from Tipperary and his grandchild Amber Doherty. I'd say she was about 8 or 9 years of age or something. So it's great to see granddad and the grandchild together. And then I met several, but some of them I didn't get their names. But one I met then was Thomas Mannion. As the Galwegians and things straight away, that was Thomas Mannion, the 2-time All-Ireland winner in 1998 and 01. He was a cornerback. He was an All-Star as well. But this Thomas Mannion is from near Odenmore in the County Galway, as the song goes. He has a bit of farming background as well. So we had a good chat. And his lady in his life, they were at Damien Dempsey last night, and he sent her shopping today then, and he was having a few pints. Hasn't he? Everything planned well. So, anyway, there was a few more. I'll if I get their names during the week, in my head again. Mark O'Carroll, a new man on the bus the last few days, he left a few pounds, which was great. Anyway, I went through tomorrow's. I had a couple of marked out, but they're too short to put up. They're easily picked out. And I picked out, I went one at each track. There was someone sent a message that we're going to Fontwell, and I went to Carlisle. There's a 4-horse race there, the Mayor's Handicap Chase tomorrow. Lilith is a horse that won for us in Punchestown last April, but was disappointing in his last 2 runs, I thought. Maid O'Malley won this race last year. That's a 10-year-old up against a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. But I thought the outsider of the 4, Haute, Esteme, it got a little bit of a hurls run the last time to boost his confidence. But this was 3rd last year in the Sefton, the Grand Sefton, I suppose you could call it, to Gina Bello. But if you can see, even his very first run to second to that Eileen Over, and that went on to win a listed and race and won on the flat as well. But it won twice. It won a listed hurdle race in Haydock in December 21. Then, as I said, it was behind Love Envoy and Gino Bello. They put it in then in a 3-mile chase first time out. It was only beaten 5 lengths by De Vollen, who's pretty decent. Then they ran it in a Group 2 or Grade 2 Class 2 against the Real Whacker, which was well bet. Then they put it back over hurdles the last day, and I thought it's only a 6-year-old. It's down a couple of pounds. Well, we'll see what the betting is now. That might be worth the risk. It's 4-1, 7-2, 4-1 in most places there. L'Eronomy is the first time over fences, I think, isn't it? Fontwell. Mayor's Chase as well. I thought, what's the story? Even though it's carrying 12 stone 1, it might be classy enough to go out in front and hold them off. It won in Hereford in a Class 3 before, and was carrying 12 stone that day. And Sammy Twist went out in front, and they won pretty well. 3-horse field, there's only 5 or 6 tomorrow, so something similar. So you might get the tactics pretty much the same.
3 lengths, running towards the 3rd from home. What's the story? Out over it safely from Auburn Lady, Air of Elegance, trying to stage something of a rally but firmly off the bridle, and What's the Story appears to have her 2 rivals covered at present. She's gone 7 lengths clear of them. Auburn Lady in 2nd, Air of Elegance back in 3rd. 2 out, What's the Story out over it safely, clear of Auburn Lady, who's got the better of Air of Elegance. As they spin off the final turn, just the 16th and final fence in front of them, and What's the Story's now double digits clear of Auburn Lady. There's about 12 lengths between them. Air of Elegance back in third at the final fence. What's the Story out over it safely. Landed 15 lengths clear. Air of Elegance.
She won pretty well that day, and that was on good to firm ground. And I see the ground is good to soft, good in places tomorrow, so it may be suitable for her. And I told the man today I'd pick one for him for the Goo tomorrow, and I looked through and I went for a horse in the 8:30 Sicario. Now it's an 8-year-old, but it's not that awfully long in England. It used to be with Merrick McNiff, and he only went over last October. Now he's consistent, as you can see, second, third. But I thought the last time with Oisin, if he just got the tactics right tomorrow, if he didn't give him enough to do like the last day, he ran on strong to the line. And I thought it's a bad race, but he might get the right tomorrow.
Travels rather better alongside. Sausalito just getting the hurry up on the outside. There's very little room there for Owen's Lad between Sausalito and Moon Over the Sea, who's just easing off the rail. Sicario held up for a run. He's being brought towards the near side, the white face and the purple and white colours, as they make their progress now towards the two. King Athelstan has gone on and leads by a length from in second place, so trying to stay on Owen's Lad, the yellow and red colours. Here's Sicario, the near side, then Sausalito and Persian Wolf, but inside the last it's Owen's Lad, who's now taken the measure of King Athelstan. Sicario's gone through into second, but they head now well inside the final furlong. Owen's Lad and Laura Pearson with the lead, 2 or 3 lengths clear, and Owen's Lad will go to first success today and wins by 2.
When they were making the stretch run, he tried to go inside and he got blocked, and he went the wrong lane. And if he gets that right tomorrow, it doesn't give us much to do. He'll have learned, it was his first time to ride him, that he might turn over the favourite. Oh, he's gone favourite now. He was 4-1 there a while ago when I was eating the dinner. He's 3-1 now. He was 4s there, and he's into 2s. So Applebee's in good form as well. Looking forward to Thursday night, when we'll be going back on. We'll be doing the weekly show. I wasn't talking to the Stig since Facile Vega. I seen paramedics running for the stand, so I said straight away that he must have keeled over. I wasn't talking to him since, so it'd be fierce interested to see what is his view with day one of Cheltenham Festival, because we'll be doing the Arkle and the Supreme on that day, to see what does he think. That's if he could have got a coronary or a heart attack today, but we'll have to see. He might get back to me tomorrow. I'll leave him alone today. Anyway, bash the bookies, over and out. There'll be no need to rock the cradle tonight or a lullaby, I'll tell you. Be straight to the bed. Good luck.